The question only is this expected to last longer, and is Vimal Kejriwal still feeling that this is the best phase of growth that he's seen in the last 23 years? Now, Mr. Kejriwal, you must get tired of me remembering that every time we speak, but just wondering, amidst all of this, I mean, the reason why we are trying to talk about this is because so much of uncertainty in a lot of sectors. Your space seems to be the one that is presumably the most predictable. Would you concur?
Good morning, and thanks for having me. I think I would concur with you. And I was hearing what your analyst was talking about, 500 gigawatt by 2030. Now, government has changed it to 600 gigawatt by 2032, which effectively means, another 2 more years and another, 100 gigawatt of capacity to be added. So I think very clear we are seeing a great opportunity, and it continues to last. I think that's the reason why we have also invested in expanding our factories. But the other piece is, Neeraj, what we have not talked about is also the international market, especially the Middle East. We are seeing huge demand happening in the Middle East and the Americas. Those are two areas. So I think put together, we are very comfortable for the next 5-6 years of the demand cycle lasting.
The question, Mr. Kejriwal, is about execution then, because ultimately the potential, I think, is something that everyone is bought into. What are the challenges that you're currently facing, and is there a possibility of ramping that up further at this stage?
So if you look at challenges, Alex, they are in a way manifold. Okay. First and foremost, which we have been talking about for a long time, has been on the labor availability, which fortunately has seen some improvement. Okay. And I think now the labor shortage has come down, but it is still there in some specific areas, like let's say we have to erect every tower. So the tower erection gangs are a little bit of a shortfall, but others are gradually improving. And the answer to that can only be how do you do more mechanization and how do you do more automation, etc. And first time right. So I think that's one challenge which we clearly have. And it's, as I said, slowly improving. The second one clearly talks about supply chain. And I think we have been talking about it a long time, saying that how is the impact happening on, let's say, transformer supplies or conductor supplies, etc. So clearly what we are seeing is that the manufacturers, and you've seen the profits of some of them, what you're seeing, has ramped up capacity. So slowly that capacity constraint is slowly easing out. And with all the talks about, discussion opening up with China, etc. Because the major problem, if you have on the substation side, is the components and fittings, etc., which go into the transformer, not the front end of it. So it's slowly improving. Also, what is happening there is that the timeline for project executions are changing, especially on the substation side. So people are understanding that transformer will not be available for 12 months. So there's no point in asking for a project to be done in 12 months. And people are planning accordingly, saying, oh, this substation will take me 15 months or 18 months, so I need to plan a little bit more in advance. As far as transmission lines are concerned, I think tower capacity, which was the main constraint, is being met by expansion by almost every single player. The same thing is happening on conductor. So I don't see a major issue, but that was one big constraint which we are seeing. So I think these were the two major issues which we are seeing in our industry, the labor and the supply chain.
Mr. Kejriwal, good morning. Hiral this side. So categorically, the question is, will we be able to build enough capacity to deliver these massive orders? And secondly, with everything that is coming in, 15% growth for FY26 for KEC is reasonable, conservative, or you think it can grow faster?
So let me give you some data. Like 3 years back, our India transmission revenue was close to 2,000 crores. This year, we will do more than 7,000 crores. So clearly, I think we have the capacity, the country has the capacity where we can ramp down. I think one thing what we need to understand is that while the values are going up, the order books are going up, also the procurement side, the cost side, like I'll tell you, we are doing a large project of transmission in Gujarat. The conductor itself is around 500 crores. So while the volumes will go up, values will go up, it's not that everything is going into capability of labor or management and project management. So that's why I don't think we are right now worried about it. I think with whatever 15% growth and all we are target, I think we have the capability and the capacity to deliver not only ourselves, but I think all the competition has also ramped up. So you're seeing everywhere the same thing happening.
Absolutely.
You asked me one more question, sorry. She asked me one more, I didn't miss it
It
out.
was about the growth rate for this current financial year, Mr. Kejriwal. Is it conservative?
So I think the issue there, Alex, is that we have around 60% transmission, 40% non-transmission. So I don't see a similar growth rate happening on the non-transmission side, okay? Which is why the 15% would be a weighted average of the transmission growth, which would be more than 15%, and the others, which may be less than 15%.
That's a fair point. Thanks as always, Mr. Kejriwal, for joining and wish you all the best for the rest of the financial year, and we'll speak to you soon.